So one night it was actually early morning, a.m., the wee hours of the day or whatever, and I was bored. My baby was asleep, and I'm in the bed just, I want to turn on the TV, but I was like, man, whatever, I don't feel like watching TV either. You know, one of those kind of days, nights or whatever. So anywho, I said, let me get on Facebook, let me get on IG, anything, a social network. People are up all the time. That's what I'm thinking. Like me, if I'm up, at least one person is up. So you know how you do, who up? Put that in, who up? Cray cray. But anyways, I got bored with that real fast. And it was like something saying, go to Bible.com. Go to Bible.com. So I went to the Bible.com on my phone. And man, I tell you, it blessed my soul because, first of all, I'm listening to this guy read the book of Job. I put on my headset, and I was like, my headphones rather, and I was like, man, dude, you sound exactly how I imagine the book should be read and everything. You are doing everything. So I'm gonna bless y'all with this one, and then I'm gonna come back with my own imaginative outtake, I guess, from, you know, the book of Job. This is just book of Job 1 though. Yeah, something like that. The book of Job. Come on. Oh yeah, I said it was on my phone, alright. Here's my phone. Y'all so jealous about it. It's a Windows phone. Not for real jealous, but seriously. Here we go. Book of Job, read by this dude on Bible.com app. You know, press play, and here we go. Y'all
The Book of Job, Chapter 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared God, and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. His substance also was 7,000 sheep, and 3,000 camels, and 500 yoke of oxen, and 500 she-asses, and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the East. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed God in their hearts. Thus did Job continually. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And
now, Job been praying for his sons, and well, all his children. If they sin against God, he praying for them. He putting it all up on the altar. Now we at this part where the sons of God, I'm thinking the sons of God are like the people that God called to his ministry, to minister to the people. That's what I'm thinking, the sons of God. Or angels, I'm not for sure. But play.
Satan came also among them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that
See right here, God bragging on Job. And check it out now. Now notice what happened. What happened was the sons of God came and assembled with God. And then they said, and Satan. So who doesn't belong there? I think everybody belongs there. Because you remember now, Satan is a fallen angel named Lucifer. Once upon a time, he was the shiznick. So he assembled too. He'll join. He said, I'm coming with y'all. Just I'm putting this on out there.
Feareth God, and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered the Lord, and said, Doth Job fear God for naught? Hast not thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every every side. Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Now, if y'all see what's going on, I'm imagining all of these things happening, as they happen. I'm reading it. I'm saying to myself, so Satan, Lucifer, but now Satan, he didn't assemble with the people of God. Well, the sons of God. So he got in, and I'm thinking again, like he's an angel. He forgot the memo. You got kicked out. So now Satan hating. He's like, okay, you say Job. But the only reason why he praising you, only reason why he like, reverence you is because you giving him everything. Everything he touched. Everywhere, everything. His cattle, his children, his wife, everything that he know and love. You gave it to him. You the one gave it to him. Now, he trying to goat God. I bet if you take all of this crap away from him and let me handle him, I bet he'll curse you. That's what Satan said about Job. God, on the other hand, is like, all right then, I want y'all to know that to be considered is a blessing. Let me just say that. Play, please.
And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. And there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, The oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them. And the Sabaeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The fire of God is fallen from heaven, and hath burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only have escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead. And I only am escaped alone to tell thee.
Man, let me tell you something. You at your own crib or wherever you are, somebody said, hey, not only has you lost your job, but you have no chance to get your job back, because you know what? An earthquake swallowed up the whole business. It's nothing there. And I was the only one to come back to tell you. And as that person telling you, somebody else come back and say, not only have you lost your job, but you know what? Your 401k, oh, you can forget about that. Oh. Then not only that, after they couldn't even finish, he said, I'm the only one to escape to tell you. Then they come back and tell you, man, look, your sons, all 7 of them, bam, dead. Your daughters was on the way to your son's house, bam, whirlwind. They gone, Job. And I alone was the one to escape to tell you. Play, please.
Then Job arose, and rent his mantle, and shaved his head, and fell down upon the ground, and worshipped, and said, Naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. Blessed be the name
Now, I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking to myself, man, I don't even want to have to go through all of that. Not only have you lost your job, have you lost everything that your savings, your everything, all of that, then your children die, one after the other. I mean, it's just like, not one after the other. It was like he took care of 7. Satan did 7. Bam, all his sons. Then he said, oh, I'm going to get your daughters too. Yeah, watch this. Bam, got your 3. You have 10 kids I done killed all at once. Not just your 10 kids, but I done took all your cattle, your oxen, all of those things that made you great. I done took that all away from you. Surely, you gonna sin and you gonna curse God. I promise you. God, I told you. Just imagine it. But the book of Job just don't stop right there. That's just the first chapter. If I could just tell y'all the next chapter, his friends come about. His friends, they get together. And well, look, chapter 2. It's just interesting to me. I don't know about you, but it's interesting. Chapter 2. And then I'm just gonna leave y'all alone that, cause it's real. It's for the queens, for all the kids. The book of Job is beat, baby. For everyone else, the intellectuals or like the straight people or whatever, the book of Job is fascinating.
Job 2. Again there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, From whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? And still he holdeth fast his integrity, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, Skin for skin, yea, all that a man hath will he give for his life. But put forth thy hand now, and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life.
Now, let me just say this much. I like, first of all, behold. I love that crap. I love it all. But if y'all see what's going on, never go against someone that's telling you, begging you, I got the right person for you. Never. But the only reason why, because this was Job, this is what Satan's saying. The only reason why he for you, God. The only reason why he for you is because you constantly keep healing him, blessing him. Everything he touch prospereth. And he praises you for it, and he brown nosing. But I tell you, if you touch his body, then I assure you, ain't shit he gonna say to you next. Ain't nothing he can say, cause he know he how can he praise you? How can he praise you? You done killed everything, and now it seems like you coming after him. Surely, God, you don't even know what you talking about. Let's say now.
So went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sore boils, from the sole of his foot unto his crown. And he took him a potsherd to scrape himself withal, and he sat down among the ashes. Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Curse God and die. But he said unto her, Thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of God? And shall we not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. Now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his own place, Eliphaz the Temanite, and Bildad the Shuhite, and Zophar the Naamathite, that they had made an appointment together to come to mourn with him, and to comfort him. And when they lifted up their eyes afar off, and knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept, And they rent every one his mantle, and sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven. So they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great.
Look, his friends came through. We gonna check on Job because see, we ain't heard from him. We heard about what's going on. Y'all know how bad news especially travels. So his friends said, let's go to see Job, see what the heck going on with him, because this can't be true. All this stuff we hearing cannot be true. So they went on to Job's house. I'm going to continue later on the next time, but I just want y'all to know, can y'all imagine, you know who your quote-unquote friends are, and they coming to visit you, you got a cold, or they think you got AIDS or something. They think you got cancer. But let's just stick with AIDS. They think you got AIDS. You know the bitch is a slut. You know he a slut, she a slut. You know they'll fuck anybody. Let's go over there and see for ourselves though, because we know the story. We know the story because we know Job. We know Job. And we hear all these stories. Let's go over there and investigate ourselves then. Let's go over there to ourselves. Don't you have friends, quote unquote, friends like that? Let's see what you doing. Let's see, is you still blessed then? Because we hearing that you not blessed. They waiting for your downfall. You know what I'm saying? Your friends, your buddies. So they walking to see Job. And you know what's going on in their mind. Got his ass now. Got him. Talking about got him. Because God ain't just, he been blessed all along. Got him. Had to be doing something. He ain't had no business doing. I'm telling you, he doing something. One of them like, yeah, had to. And then, you know, all of them the same way. All of them, yeah. Choir section. They waiting on him. They waiting on his downfall. You have friends like that. I'm just saying. Part 2, the next time.